You know how you know when noise cancelling on your earbuds is not great? When you come out, step out on the street and you hear traffic and you're wondering, oh wait, I should turn on my NC on, only to realize it's been on the whole time. Now, luckily, that isn't quite what I get from the Nothing Ear 3, but right now, as I step out in this traffic, which is, a fair bit of traffic, I did catch myself thinking that. So, it's okay, but it's clearly not great. But, as you're going to see in this review, I am going to keep coming back to the fact that it looks like this, because that is probably the most standout feature of the Nothing Ear 3 is the look. It's not a new look. It looks the same as the last time, in fact. But everything about this, it's just awesome. Because now they've added metal into the mix. It feels great. It feels a little hefty. It feels a lot more premium than you'd expect from a earbud, especially at this price. And it's kind of a statement, which is exactly what they wanted, and it's exactly what they've achieved. Now, if I'm being honest, fundamentally, there's not that much to talk about when it comes to the Nothing Ear 3. It is, in a sense, a Bluetooth earbud that does the same thing that other Bluetooth earbuds do. It goes in your ear comfortably, it cuts the cord, it gives you noise cancelling transparency, it gives you a bit of spatial audio, which is whatever, and it produces sound. But it does have one thing that is completely new and is not something I've seen on anything else, and that is the super mic. Yeah, it's got a little button on the case, as you can see, and if you're in traffic like this, and if you're having a conversation, if you find that the other person can't hear you right, you press the super mic, you hold it down, and you hold it about here in heavy noisy conditions, or maximum here, but here is preferable, and then that person can theoretically hear you better. Okay, so you're listening to the Nothing Ear 3 right now. I'm recording it on the Nothing Ear with a little app. And, there's traffic behind me. I don't know how good the mics are, but you tell me if you can hear me properly right now. Actually, the traffic's just kind of subsided, but let's try this with the super mic without too much traffic noise. But there is some wind noise and breeze, and this is me with the super mic. I'm holding it close. Oh, the traffic's just kicked off now. This is me without the mic. Yada, 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 you're listening to me. And this is with the super mic on, with what? It's about 5-6 centimeters away. So this is like the best case scenario. And this is with it a little further away, like you might just have forgotten that you're wearing the super mic or you're using the super mic. What do you think? Is it better? Is it? You tell me. It did quash noise. It made my voice a little clearer, a little sharper, especially when it was so close. But even when it was farther away, I think it did make a difference. And I think in a pinch, it's certainly not a bad thing to have it. Now, by itself, the earbuds wasn't too bad. I could hear some background noise, but you were hearing my voice a little bit muffled, a little bit digitized, but not terrible. But when it comes down to it, if it's an important call, at least you've got an option. And it's a cool option. And you can even, I think if you double tap it, it just stays on, which is cool. Very cool. Alright, so I just realized I've been going in the wrong direction. I am in Taipei. Sorry, I didn't say that earlier, but I'm in Taipei, and I'm trying to get to downtown to walk around and see what downtown Taipei is all about. I've only got the day here. We've got a few hours off. Thought I would bring you with me. I've always wondered if those crosswalk buttons work, like when you have to, you're waiting at the zebra crossing, you press the button, you wait for it to go green. I've always wondered if those things actually work. Here in Taipei, doesn't exist. There is no button. You just wait until it turns green. And sometimes there's a bus right in the middle, so you can't see if it might be green right now. I can't see it. It probably isn't because the cars are going by. Okay, so despite all the sophistication, it's not only in India that this shit happens. That's that's semi-comforting. Okay, that menu was in English as well, to be fair, but the previous couple of menus, I didn't get that on camera, but Google Live Translate. Oh, dude, what an incredible game changer in the world in general. Incredible. Whew, what a time. What a time. We are here, 1, 2, 3 stops away. We're going to the Longshan Temple, and then from there, we'll sort of Taipei main station is sort of walking distance. So we'll explore the temple, we'll explore downtown. Let's go. Okay, in the scene behind me, you're seeing two things. One, there's a gentleman with an iPhone here, and two, there's another gentleman wearing the strap thing that everyone is making fun of, that Apple mode. Both these things are very popular this side of the world. You see, there's a reason Apple makes these things. Now, I'm not going to slack off the noise cancelling too much, but it really isn't that great. It does cancel out some noise, but right now, I can hear that train moving. I could hear these train sounds. Normally, if you've got music running, if you've got decent noise cancelling, you can't hear anything else. I had my music running, I was on the train, I could hear the train. Noise cancelling was on. That's not great. It's okay for your nothing ear A at $100, $80 to have this. It's not okay for this. See, now I can hear this train pull out, and I'm wondering, oh no, it's in transparency now. Transparency is not bad, it's okay. But noise cancelling, it does make a difference, but it's not enough. It's just not enough. The OnePlus Buds 4 is probably what you want to get if you want to get noise cancelling on a budget. Okay, just to clarify, it wasn't in transparency. I put it on transparency right in front of you. I quickly wanted to assess transparency. So transparency, honestly not bad, not the most natural, but not as bad as I've heard some other earbuds where it just boosts a lot of frequencies and makes it really ear-splitting to hear. No, pretty decent transparency, not too bad, but noise cancelling, yeah, this ain't it, chief. There's a child in the sack. There's a story here I want to know about. Someone comment down below. What's going on there? Now the cool thing here is actually the control scheme, because this time around all the controls on the earbuds are the same, and yes, it still does not have swipe up and down for volume, and yes, that is still annoying. Nothing. If you could do that, that would be awesome. But if you go into the app, you can actually choose, it's a little dark right now, but you can choose between each earbud, or this time around you can actually choose the case, and if you choose the case, there's a machine here drilling something or hitting, you've got this. You can either hold it or you can double pinch, and if you double pinch it, it latches the super mic, which means if you're on a call, you just double pinch it and you just keep talking. You don't have to hold it down. Super mic is on all the time. But if you're not on a call, if you press and hold it, it actually opens. Can you see it? There. Essential space, which is fantastic because I don't want to have to press this button and hold every time. I keep it in my pocket and I'm just like, oh, I've got a voice note. Click. Essential space. Hey, remind me to pick up groceries. Hey, I have a sweet idea for a new video. I don't. You can comment down below if you have new ideas. Also, you should subscribe. I'm just saying, it's a cool new thing. Multiple ways to use the same thing is awesome. They've given you more functionality than you ever thought, more functionality than I've seen on most other earphones. I like it. And I like that Essential Space is now clicked on this. That is a fantastic integration with something that they really give. You can also integrate the earphone itself with ChatGPT, like you can long press and hold and you can start talking to ChatGPT. I like this. This is cool. Now here's the deal. I'm not going to talk about spatial audio because it's crap, and because to have spatial audio enabled, you are restricted to the balanced EQ, and the balanced EQ, it's a nightmare. So sound quality, when I first put these in my ear, I got some, what is this? I got an interesting little, look at that, sculpture. Hey, this is a culture walk now. I got my first impressions, right? I was like, oh, this is interesting because it's bad. It's genuinely bad, very bassy, very trebly, very shouty, very in-your-face sound with vocals that are clear but thin at the same time. It's really, really odd and just shouty, okay? But I'm also hearing good bass, like good mid bass, better than the AirPods Pro 3. You know what I'm saying? I'm also hearing the capability of having good vocals. Like, this is capable of great sound. It's just tuned to be obnoxious. And I, for the life of me, I can't understand why. I cannot just reach out to a YouTuber, just a random average YouTuber, and he'll just tell you, guys, this is too much. You've done something that's ridiculous. Nothing, just we can work on this. We can work on this. It's not even that hard, which is why I'm very confused why nothing keeps doing this. Basically, too bassy, too much vocal emphasis, which means all the vocals sound strained, everything sounds bit crushed, everything sounds like it's in being boosted against a limiter and it's hitting that limiter. That is not a good look. That is not a good sound. And then the treble, it just, that's also boosted up along with the vocals. So it's just, everything is just too much and in your face. So I went ahead and did a quick little retune. Not a final retune, just 2 a.m. last night. I was just sitting and fiddling and I was like, oh my god, I need to shelve everything down. So I shelved the bass down, I shelved the mids and the treble down, and then I brought up the upper mids a little because I felt it was getting a little too dark, and then I brought up the mids for a little more vocal emphasis. So when I make an EQ, I try and keep the intention of the original people who made the earbud, right? Because I'm like, not everything should be tuned to sound the same. It can be, and I could do that, but it's just not something that I do in my EQ whenever I offer an EQ. So this EQ that I'm going to put up on the screen right now, you can, if you're on a TV, you can screenshot the QR, and it should add the EQ to your Nothing X app, which is a very cool thing. You can also upload your EQs to the Nothing X app. I'm going to try and do that. It's called WN Year 3 Down Boy, because the first thing I said when I put these on was like, whoa, down boy, easy, relax, this is too much, you're trying too hard. Now this EQ is not a completed work, it's version 1, but it will tone everything down. It'll bring back the bass, it'll bring back the vocals a bit, still keeping vocal emphasis, and it will bring the treble down while still keeping the upper treble up. It's just whatever I could do. It took me about an hour to do it, to be fair, by ear, because I had to get used to how to use the EQ. They also give you a regular EQ with 3 different things. I have ranted and raved about this through every Nothing audio product. It is garbage trash. Do not use the standard EQ sliders. They are flawed. I'm not going to go into it because it just makes me salty and sour, and they don't change it. Check it out. Use it as a jumping off point to make your own EQ, and then share it on my Aratai link. Yeah, I'm on Aratai. So I've started a little channel there. I'll leave a link down below, or follow me on X, and I will show updated versions of this EQ as and when I make it. Alright, so at this point, I feel like Nothing is by definition coasting on its look. It's that one kid in high school that just, was blessed by genetics, but not much else apart from the looks. This thing feels great, it looks great, and it's designed beautifully. And I still love that. It is a statement. I like the design. I also love the super mic function because it does seem to work in some situations. It seems to work somewhat reliably as far as my testing is concerned. And you know what? It makes a difference. It's cool. At least they tried something new. And I like that it gives me access to essential space in a way that I did not have before. I think that is also very cool. But would you pay this much money for that sort of thing when the sound is fundamentally messed up? And I mean, I guess some people would like the sound, but it is so messed up. It's so messed up. And the noise cancelling, I'm on noise cancelling now, I can hear everything. It's like, it is, I want to be nice, but not at this price, not at this price. And it's a shame because the sound clearly has the ability, the capability, the potential to be good. That's the annoying part. Nothing Year 3.